PCT Oregon, day 7. Sorry about the video yesterday. I'm sure it's very short. I think I only filmed that one time, the road walk in the morning. The Fish Lake. Not a lot happening, just resting. So I walked into Fish Lake, got breakfast, biscuits, gravy down there. It was super good, super quiet, like 8, 9. No one was down there. And then I think my parents pulled up around like 1:30 or 2. In that time frame, man, it's a weekend at that place. Fill up and get busy. Tons of people out there enjoying the lake. So anyway, yeah, my parents picked me up, and I think we decided that Klamath Falls was just as far away as Medford, so went to Klamath Falls and got Dutch Bros, got burgers, found a hotel. I did a small resupply, went through my gear, got rid of some stuff, added some food, got rid of some food, basically just lightened the load overall. Got some fresh water, cleaned out my filter, my dirty water, charged everything. Yeah, so got all that done super nice. And then, so that was the end of yesterday. And then, I don't know if I mentioned too, because I think I stopped recording. Soon after I stopped recording on the way to Fish Lake yesterday, truck just pulls over. It's like, "You look like a PCT hiker." I'm like, yeah. It's like, "You need to ride to Fish Lake?" Another super nice guy picks me up and takes me down there. And then as he's dropping me off, he's like, "You need anything?" Pulls out this tote full of food, bars or oranges or soda or whatever. So he gave me a couple things. Told him I was a resupplying student, thanked him. Just amazing. So in theory, I could have had to do that road walk 3 times, and I only ended up having to do it once because the people just randomly, without me even having to stick my thumb out, randomly see me and, hey, pick me up and take me. Super nice, amazing to me. So anyway, this morning we went and had waffles at the Waffle Hut, local place in Klamath Falls, and that was super good. And parents just dropped me off like 10 minutes ago, pretty close to the trailhead, and headed out just past the campsite that I stayed in 2 nights ago. Crazy thing, or sad thing is, so I sat down there to put on my second layer of socks and make sure my shoes were on. Make sure my shoes were on super tight. And sitting on the log, and I look over, there's a pair of like reading glasses, or glasses, not sunglasses, sitting on the log there. They've got little red, I don't know, stems on the ear thing. I'm like, oh gosh, someone left these here. I have no idea. Are they northbound? Are they southbound? If I knew it was a northbound person, I'd catch up to them today. I have no problem taking them to them, because backtracking miles is awful, especially if they really, really need them for like seeing. But I don't know which way. So I would hate for it to be someone who was headed south, and I grab them, and they decide to double back, and they're not there. So there was a guy downstream from me, so I ran down to him and said, "Hey, are these yours?" He said no. I told him I'm putting them back in the log, so if you see anyone come back, they're on that log. So I wish I had some way of knowing, but I've seen so many northbound and southbound hikers that unless I knew whose glasses they were and which way they were going, no way to know. So I'm gonna stop talking because it's a huge elevation gain. Start with the side of Mount McLaughlin here. I think it's like in 4 miles, it's like 1,200 feet elevation or something like that. I'm hopeful to have good service once we get up there. It's crazy. Coming down the road to pick me up, service the whole way from K Falls till about less than a mile, and then just dies. So, like just out of range. So hopefully I walk into it today. It'd be nice to camp in a spot that had it, since I haven't camped at one in the last 2 nights that did. And I've run out of videos on my phone to watch without service. So anyway, no set plan for today. As far as mileage, we'll see how bad this uphill is and how hot it gets. If I can do somewhere in the teens, that would be good. Or I kind of need to in order to make it to Crater Lake. I'm hoping Crater Lake, what's today, Sunday, so I'm hoping Crater Lake on Tuesday, and we'll see how that goes. So that's enough for now. Okay, so came down about 100 feet off trail to, can't remember the name of it, but this water source is a spring down here. To get a liter, I still had a liter, about 1.5 liters, so I drank the half, filled up the liter and got water, but for the first time on trail down here squeezing water, and the mosquitoes start landing. Not a ton, a few, but the scary thing is they're the dumb ones, which I've experienced before. Like the normal ones I experience camping, like they don't want to be hit and they want to live, and the ones that are in like mass insane quantities don't fly away. Like they land on you and you just smash them, and if you don't quite kill them, they stay there and you can hit them again. And they're really dumb, which means there's a ton of them and they are new and dumb. So I don't know if it's just because it's near the water, that's the first place I saw them, or if that's just going to be normal from here. I'm about, let's see, 12 miles in for the day. There's a bunch, there's like a row of campsites on the map, I think starting at like 4 miles from here, maybe at 3.9, all the way to like 10.2 from here in a row. So one of those will be the campsite for the night. I probably don't want to go to the last one just in case there's someone, because the last one only has one site, in case there's someone there, and have to double back, and that'd be a super long day. So we'll just kind of, I'm still feeling good, and it's cooling off, or going to be cooling off. So I'll just kind of keep going. The farther I go today, and the farther I can go the next day, the sooner I can get into Crater Lake. So that is the plan. Look it up. So back up to the trail. Okay, so I'm about 17 miles in for the day. I started passing those bunch of campsites I was talking about earlier. There's been one here and one there, on and off for the last couple miles. And mosquitoes definitely picked up. I think it's because we're near, I think it's called 4 Mile Lake, or it's a bunch of different lakes, I would assume, within a 4 mile radius. It says 4 Mile Lake on the map. Maybe that and the combination of right elevation and the water, I don't know. But it's not, I mean, I experienced at Diamond Peak last year, like something like I'd never seen before, like just swarms everywhere. Like you couldn't sit down without literally, and I'm not exaggerating, 50 to 60 landing all over you within 10 seconds of sitting down. Like you could see a cloud of them. So we're nowhere near that level. It's definitely picked up in certain spots from how it was down at the spring. There were certain areas, probably a couple miles back there, that you're swatting them every couple, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds. You got one somewhere. And the worst are the ones you hit. They just explode, blood everywhere all over you. Because I assume, most likely, there's not a lot out here. It's probably my blood, but the thought of it being something else is, I don't know, disturbing. So anyway, there's still a bunch more little campsites scattered over the next 3 or 4 miles. So I'm just gonna keep going. It's like 6:30. It doesn't get dark till like 9 at the latest. I think I want to set up my tent is 8:30, so it's not too dark. So it's kind of a combination now of, if at any point my phone beeps and I have signal, that'll be the spot. And if there's still mosquitoes, I'll just have to hurry and get the tent up as quick as possible in a shady spot. and get in. Or if I get to a spot where the mosquitoes really seem to die down, which is hard to know, I might just call it there. Because I feel like I'm hopeful for signal, but I feel like the likelihood of this section between where I'm at now until we get at least closer to Crater Lake, there's just not a lot of towns or any other thing on the map besides just wilderness and trail. So I feel like the likelihood of getting signal isn't great, but if I hear that beep, I'm gonna be super excited. Even just the little bit where I can just at least text out. Just gives me something to do tonight. I can text the wife and kids and all that stuff, and I don't know, it just makes a world of difference. I was thinking, like, I pay for this inReach. That's the other thing. If I don't get signal, then I have to send out a signal on my inReach to my parents and my wife, just so they know where I'm at. I told them any night I don't have signal and can't let them know. I'll do it that way. Well, the issue with that is, according to Garmin, two things. One, you need to have the inReach outside of your tent for to get proper signal. It needs to be able to see the sky, which all that's between me and the sky is a bug net, so I don't get that when I'm inside my tent. And two, not in an area that's heavily tree covered, which is hilarious to me, because if you're hiking Oregon, that's, 85% of it is heavily tree covered. You're not going to always be in an open spot for signal. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, here we go. So if I don't get signal, then I have to send out a signal on the inReach, which means if there are mosquitoes, opening up my tent to stick the inReach out there and try to get signal. I think the last time I just kind of hung it on the outside while it searched for signal, but it never found anything because I was in Oregon and in trees. So I can't do anything more than that. I'm not going to search for a wide open spot, because who knows how many miles that's going to be just to send a signal, but I will attempt. Hopefully I just get signal and I can deal with the mosquitoes wherever it's at and hurry and set up. So that's kind of the thing. I'm just kind of racing both. It's finally cooling off a little bit, so that's nice. Surprisingly, my feet don't hurt at all today. Like, at all. I taped them a lot better because I had more time in the hotel with the Lugo tape around the toes that really hurt, like not just on the blister spot, but around the whole toe. So maybe that's why, or maybe the day off, or maybe my feet are just getting more accustomed to it. But the back of my right calf and close to my ankle is pretty sore or stiff, and because I'm walking probably on it a little funny. Now the front, just above my knee on the same leg, is a little sore, and I think that's a direct result of walking gingerly on that. So hopefully both of those go away with a night's rest. They're not like unbearable, but it can't be good to keep walking on it if it hurts that bad. So hopefully they just rest up and feel better. But I'm shocked by the amount of miles today. I thought, like, with an 11 o'clock drop off, with all that incline to start, with how hot it was supposed to be today, or it was, I thought if I got in the teens, well, I guess technically I still am, but the low teens, I'd be pretty darn happy with that, 11 or 12. But to be at 17 and still have a good amount of energy, and still plan to keep going until it gets a little closer to dark. Might even make it 20 today on an 11 o'clock start. Not to mention the fact that when I woke up after the lava rock day, now granted mentally I knew I was going to take a 0 day, so maybe that made the difference, but surprisingly after that day, which was my hardest day so far, I didn't feel that bad. Like, my feet didn't hurt that bad, my legs didn't hurt that bad. I felt like I had a good 15, 16 miles in me yesterday if I needed to. So I think that bodes well for yesterday and then today, to be able to do as much as I have, to be able to do at least close to 20 today, and then be able to hit a 20 at least tomorrow, if not more, if I'm feeling this good. So it's encouraging. the body's catching up to what we're doing. It's also weird. I haven't been super hungry on the trail, which that's been normal for me. Like once I'm out here, there's certain things I crave, but while I'm out, I'm not like super. Weird sound. Anyway, while I'm out, I'm not super hungry. And then I found, as I've been going into taking breaks or towns or resorts or whatever, I'm thirsty and drink a ton. But almost everything I've ordered recently, it's been a struggle to finish. Even today, we had waffles this morning. It was just a struggle, so I don't know if that's stomach adjusting or what. Okay, so the mosquitoes are still bad. Maybe worse. Oh, just a second. Okay, that's better. But we started to climb like crazy. I saw there's elevation on the map. Just didn't think it was this much. And then my phone started beeping. Tons of messages coming through. So happy. So I'm like, okay, wherever the next campsite is. So I look on the map. There's one coming up in like 0.2 miles. I'm like, perfect. And then I see there's 2 more beyond it. I'm like, well, let me check the elevation. Because I just have 2 bars where I can text, but I don't have full service. So the next 2 camps are even higher up. So let's try those. So I go up higher, boom, 3G, 4 bars, full coverage. Oh, so excited. So there's a camp coming up here. There's one beyond that, but they're about the same elevation. So pretty much the next camp, unless someone's at it, is the one. I just have to hurry. Mosquitoes be damned, I could care less about mosquitoes. So I got full coverage. So, and for the moment, oh, I lied. 1 on me. Just for the moment, none on me, but no. Okay. Super happy. Super good day. Good mileage. Minus the mosquitoes. I did run into a guy going my same direction. Like, aren't the mosquitoes fun? He's like, yeah, and this is just the beginning. I'm like, oh boy. I was kind of hoping that through Crater Lake. Because I don't feel like I've ever experienced mosquitoes at Crater Lake. But I don't know what times of year. I don't know that I've ever gone in July or August. So maybe it's just bad for me here until beyond Waldo. I hope not. But it is what it is. I waited till almost as late in the season I can without dealing with cold weather and rain. So still little mosquitoes, or a lot. I'll just have to deal with it. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off, go some more uphill, and then I'm gonna hurry and set up camp. So how's this for perspective? This morning I was dropped off at the base of the other side of that mountain. Yeah, just crazy. So I definitely counted my chickens before they hatched. About the 3G. I did get it at the top of that mountain. But by the time I got to the nearest campsite, it had gone down to just LTE, which isn't bad. Just super slow, and I can still text. But when I looked on gut hooks, it showed that there was a campsite at even higher elevation than that one, another 2 miles. So I'm still on the hunt. Gotta be closing in on it. It's less than a mile now. It's like half a mile. I think it's at a junction, it said, and it said it's only 1 campsite. So if I get there and someone's there, I gotta go back at least a mile downhill. So that's something, but no, there just can't be someone there. And there's still no guarantee that the signal is still any better than just the LTE that I have now. But what's 1 more mile when you've already done 20 today? Just to check. And it is an uphill mile, so that's 1 less uphill mile I have to do tomorrow. 1 less mile overall. And it's at high elevation, it could be a really cool campsite. So, but closing in. I'm definitely tired, definitely a long day. I mean, tomorrow's going to be similar mileage. At least I can start earlier and take longer breaks. I did stop and take a 15-minute nap today and actually fell asleep, so that probably helped So I can start early when it's cooler tomorrow. I think there's a burn section coming up, which would be nice to do early in the morning, so it's not just beating down on me in the day. I can kind of take my time. I think it's going to end up being actually a little less than today. Be right at 20. So there's some great views from up here. Show you one more and then turn it off and head for camp. Oh, almost. Some lakes down there. 2 of them. I would love to jump in. I don't know, city over there. Maybe Klamath Falls? No, I don't know. Okay, not quite to the camp yet, but whew, that is legit. No wrong steps up here. Perfect time to be doing it super tired. Super late in the day. So I don't know where this camp is because on the side here, and then it goes up to there, I think, or on the side of it. So it must flatten out in between the two. This is like 0.5, 0.4, maybe less now. Massive rock fields. A little deep. I don't know if they're deer prints or sheep prints. Oh, we have sheep over here. Anyway, can't beat the view. Sunrise is gonna be legit. I just want it to be here though. Not sunrise camp, I just want camp to be here. I don't want to have to go all the way up there to find it. But I also don't want to be sleeping on the side of a cliff either, so soon. So soon.